Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Shu story mode here in Dynasty Warrior 8 Xtreme Legend. Last episode we saw the height of Shu at the Battle of Dingjunshan, where Liu Bei taken Hanzhong away from Cao Cao and killed Xiahou Yuan himself as well. And at the same time, later that year, Guan Yu is going to launch his attack against Cao Cao as well at Fancheng or Fan Castle here. And the conflict here obviously revolves around the fact that Guan Yu is holding on to the Jin province, which technically is borrowed from the Sun clan. Now, the term borrowed here is really loosely used because it's not really borrowed. We can talk about that right when this finished loading here. His move was like a blade aimed straight for Cao Cao's throat in his location at Xuchang, correct? The situation grew more intense by the instant. The gaze of Wei and Wu were firmly fixed on Guan Yu. However, it was all effort to deliver the land to his sworn brother, Liu Bei. Okay, so, wow, we have quite the roster here. Guan Xing, Guan Suo, Guan Yingpi. Okay, so let's talk about Fan Castle. The setup for this is in the year 219. Guan Yu launches a northern assault on Cao Cao's territory. Now, the trigger for this event is because in the northern part of the Jin province, or let's talk about the Jin province as a whole, after the Battle of Chibi, the Jin province was split into three. The northern part, Xiangyang, Nanyang, fell under the control of Cao Cao. He left Cao Ren in this area to defend against the south. Then most of the Jin province, almost the rest of it, fell to Liu Bei. Small piece to Sun Quan. They traded a small piece to Sun Quan, where they could, make more sense for them to hold on to the piece closer to the lands of Wu. And the rest of it all went to Liu Bei. The northern parts above the Yangtze River, as well as most of the southern part. So like places like Changsha, Wuling, Luling, Jiangling, all pretty much went to Liu Bei. But around a few years prior to this, prior to Liu Bei's attack in Hanzhong, Sun Quan asked for the return of the Jin province because when they first occupied it after the Battle of Chibi, where Sun Quan's forces used most of their men to win the battle, Liu Bei basically said, now we're married, we have no place to stay, so let me borrow the Jin province. And the deal is, after he takes the E province, he will return the Jin province back. Well, Liu Bei did not want to do that. Liu Bei said, I'll return it after I take the Liang province in the north. So after you exit from Hanzhong, you are fighting the Liang province. He wanted more. So obviously it's the delay tactic. Sun Quan wasn't having it, so he sends men to attack the Jin province. Guan Yu responds, and Liu Bei even responds. But because at the time the battle in Hanzhong was about to start, Liu Bei sends a party to negotiate peace. And at the time, Lu Su was still alive. And Lu Su really wanted to ensure the peace between Sun Quan and Liu Bei would stay, so they negotiated a trade, where the northern three commanderies of the Jin province that are under Liu Bei's control are given back to Sun Quan, and the southern three that's connected to the E province, the Ba region, goes to Liu Bei. And that was the treaty, and it agreed. And that at that point, I think the borrowing should have ended, right? You went to war, or you almost went to war, and you signed a treaty, you got three back, and let Liu Bei keep the three that's connected to the E province. And after that, Sun Quan pulled all his men from the region because he wanted the most of the Wu forces to go fight at Hefei, because he envisioned an invasion into the Shu province, and we all know how that battle of Hefei went. It was very embarrassing. But during that battle, there was really no defense at the northern three Jin province commanderies, and if Guan Yu wanted to steal them, he could have, but he didn't because there was this treaty. So fast forward to this part. In the early periods of 119, under Cao Ren's rule, the northern part of the Jin province had been living a terrible life. I think they have surrendered to Cao Cao for almost 20 years at this point, maybe 15 years. And basically it was one of the richest regions of China during this time, Nanyang in particular, but under Cao Ren's rule, they were super heavily taxed and forced into forced labor because they were not the base of power for Cao Cao, so he kind of wanted to exploit local wealth. And it triggered a rebellion in the early stages of 219. Now, of course, the rebellion was put down by Cao Ren, but it presented opportunity for Guan Yu to launch his attack. And Guan Yu used that opportunity to launch his attack. And in the early stages, after wiping out not only, well, he didn't wipe out Cao Ren, but he put him in a siege, and he wiped out the reinforcement armies that Cao Cao sent, Pang De and Yu Jin. And at that point, the prefect of the Jin province, Cao Cao's prefect, surrendered to Guan Yu, and along with a lot of cities and all the bandits in between the Jin province to the capital, all surrendered to Guan Yu as well. It's really weird to think about the bandits, but you have like localized militia forces that, you know, made a living during this time of chaos by raiding, and they basically all swore loyalty to Guan Yu as well. So the shift was huge. And at the time, Cao Cao wasn't personally in Xuchang. Cao Cao always lived out of Ye. After beating Yuan Shao and taking over his land, Cao Cao lived in Ye. Xuchang was where he kept the emperor. He didn't want to live in the same place as the emperor because, you know, he didn't want to follow the rules. He still wanted to keep up appearances, but at the same time, he wants to feel like an emperor himself, so he just lived in a different city. And the emperor was in Xuchang, which is dangerously close to where Guan Yu is attacking. So if Guan Yu steals the emperor back, all the legitimacy goes to Liu Bei, basically. So they were thinking about how we move the emperor. He was sending reinforcement for all over the place. He pulled Xu Huang from the west. Zhang He was sent here as well. And Guan Yu was threatening, you know, to basically really hurt Cao Cao. And this is when Sun Quan betrayed him and came in from the south and basically caused Guan Yu's death. I don't know. I believe the Battle of Fun Castle here would still be the part where we flood the place. So it was still Guan Yu winning. I have never played Guan Yinping, Guan Yu's daughter here. So I'm going to play as her in this because I never played. I don't know when she got added to Dynasty Warrior, but I never got the pleasure of playing. So let's see. Dual-headed mace? Ah. Feels like a weird weapon, but okay. Any chance we can get Dad's weapon? We have a lot of weapons, I realize that. We will sell some of them in the future. Maybe before the next story mode. Or the end of this one, where we can buy tier 3 weapons, and we'll just try to buy a lot of tier 3 weapons. Okay, I'm trying to find Dad's weapon. What would it be called in the game? Crescent Blade. Yeah, we'll grab a green dragon. Oh, not very compatible. 1 star? Really, Dad? Seems like she used heavy weapons. Let's see what else we can use. Oh, Lu Bu's weapon. Okay, I mean, I'm down for that. 4-star Lu Bu weapon for Guan Yinping here. We'll equip her skill. Now, she clearly historically existed. We don't know if that's her name, but since Sun Quan did offer Guan Yu a marriage, political marriage between his son and Guan Yu's daughter. And we also know Guan Yu complained about having no sons, only daughters, early on in the Three Kingdom period when they were fighting Lu Bu. So clearly he had daughters, or daughter or daughters. So there would be a character like her, but she definitely would not be on the battlefield or even, you know, prized here. But we'll use her, see what happens here in the Battle of Fun Castle.
I promise to give my best and live up to my brave father's reputation.
And of this group, I think Guan Xing is the only one who survives. Guan Su was fictional.
The enemy are scouting frequently. Their main force will attack soon.
So they let us take the castle before surrounding us. Have we just been dancing to their tune?
This never-ending rain, too. They surely plan to make use of it.
It's okay. We can win. So long as we all fight. Together.
I have shared my brother's ambition. And now, I have seen my children grow so strong. Though I have lived through chaos, what a full and satisfied life it has been.
Father? Is something the matter?
My children, your era, a new land of benevolence lies before us. Now, your honor and courage will be needed more than ever.
Alright, and we have camp. So this is usually where you could have the ahistorical or hypothetical route, and we obviously can't have that because we killed Pang Tong. But we also messed up, well, we didn't mess up, we chose to get extra stage, and we just can't get the hypothetical unless we replay that stage, which is fine. There's lots to talk about. It seems like we are playing at the end of this battle. It seems like the battle against Wei has already ended, and we're inside Fan Castle, which would not be normally the case, since Cao Ren would be holding on to the Fan Castle. Lord Guanxing can appear a little vacant, but that doesn't mean he isn't thinking. He has true foresight, and instantly knows what needs to be done. It might be hard to see, but he's a genius, no doubt about it. Well, he's the one who survives this ordeal. Guan Ping dies here. Guan Yu has many children, from eldest to youngest. There's Guan Ping, Guan Xing, and Guan Suo. Oh, and he has a daughter. Hello? Right, because most of these are fictional. Xiang Lao. Lord Liu Bei said he saved many people during the Yellow Turban Rebellion, and how he will never forget the joy he experienced from it. That story always makes me emotional. So Guan Yu's defeat here has two reasons, right? One reason, betrayed by Sun Quan. The other reason is he treated a lot of the scholar class very poorly. So people like Mi Zhu surrendered. Gao Lei, Pang Tong's calm tone would be dearly missed, especially during these troubled times. Well, Pang Tong wouldn't be here, right? Like, Zhuge Liang might have been here if Pang Tong didn't die, but Pang Tong would not be here. Wang Fu. Xu Shu's strategy have always proved efficient in battle. He's very reliable. Xu Shu has decided to side with us after Chibi. This is a very big gain for us. Yet, he's nowhere to be seen, so the hypothetical route is locked out. Lady Guan Yinping gets her strength from her father. I've seen her take out a stone wall more times than I can count. I've always seen some of the men picking up the fragments afterward. They make protective charm out of them, apparently. Oh, Liao Hua. Guan Yu is indeed a mighty warrior, but things like Shu province happen. I know, there's no point in thinking about what happened. Perhaps it's the rain that made me think about it. Zhou Cang? Okay. So fictional lieutenant and then a general who would not be here because then Liao Hua will be dead. The battle of Dingjun ended in our victory. We can now expect reinforcements to come. Oh. I mean, Liu Bei asked Liu Feng to come. Liu Feng didn't come. Guan Yu dies and Liu Bei executes Liu Feng. Don't you remember me? It's me. I just came here from... Oh, poor boy. Are we really going to get help in this battle? That would be an interesting turn of events. It's going to rain. I got a bad feeling about this. So technically Guan Xing would be his real son, right? Because Guan Ping would be the adopted one. And this is a fictional one. If we drive off the enemy here, then we will have captured Jin province. I need to use my strength to bring victory to my father and to Shu. As soon as the castle attack ends, we'll then have to defend it. This isn't going to be easy on you. Yinping, you're a fine warrior too. Come, my daughter. Let us prove our righteousness in this battle. Brother, I'm going with you too. We all need to fight together. Very well, Yinping. I'll be counting on your strength too.
Everyone, Keep up the fight. We must seize
Wait.
Jing province in order to
I'm
establish Brothers Kingdom.
going north first. Can
I'm
I?
honored to be fighting alongside my brothers. I must give
Wow,
it
this
my
weapon
all.
looks really awkward. But that's fine. We'll test it out on.
I have opened the floodgates. May you drown in the raging currents, Guan Yu.
Wait, why are we getting flooded? That's what we do to Pang De and kill Pang
Believe that I
De.
let them carry out their flood attack. I shall never live down this disappointment. We have no choice but to abandon the castle. Everyone, begin the retreat.
Okay, just spin really heavy attacks out there.
I shall keep the enemy at bay. Father, you and the others make your escape.
It's pretty fast for, you know, what seems to be a heavy weapon.
Stay safe, my son.
We've been
Ma
forced
Liang's
to
down.
flee. We all tried so hard.
Ma Liang dies of sickness, not battle.
There was no need for my strategy.
Where's my horse? Bye. Pang De. Ah, he deserves to die here.
I am honored to
So,
face such an
my
opponent
opinion,
in
Pang De
battle.
is great general, but didn't want to surrender to Guan Yu, right? And what ended up happening is he get executed, and then his son Pang Hui ended up participating in the final push against Shu. And when Shu was destroyed and surrendered, he went in there and killed off all of Guan Yu's family. So, yeah, I mean, revenge, sure, but I'm not happy when someone, you know, just exterminates a family, especially after they surrender. We're just swimming here. We'll try to use our own weapon.
I'm pulling back for now.
I must do what I can to keep up with my brothers.
Let me use my Musu.
Watch this.
Father, please go on ahead.
Okay.
I will defend this position.
Yu Jin. Yu Jin surprisingly performed really poorly. This is like the all-time low for Yu Jin. You know,
Fight
really
very well,
great
little
military
sister.
career
Perhaps
ruined
you
by this
took after
battle.
Father the most.
Cao Cao gave him 30,000 men to come
You will not
reinforce
get past me.
Cao Ren.
Prepare to meet your death
His
by
army
the
got
blade.
flooded, you know, 10 days of continuous rain. But,
So this is
you know,
where I
Pang
am
De's
to
army
die.
was also a division that came in for reinforcement. Where's my horse?
Please be safe.
Pang De fought to the end and got killed. Guan Ping got killed by mobs.
Son, I promise not to let your efforts go in vain.
Guan Ping did get killed in this battle.
I
Not, in the
will
escape
not
attempt.
lose any more of my children. Everyone, we must get out of here alive.
Guan Yu got captured alive. Since Guan Su was fictional, he wouldn't die. Guan Xing wasn't here, so
No matter. We will not let them get the better of us.
a lot of generals. Wait, why can't I get up? Why can't I get up?
Let's get
Musu.
this fight started. I am proud to have you for a daughter.
Not sure about that when you want to divorce, you know, your first wife for not giving you sons, but we're not gonna mind that. I mean, everyone imagine Guan Yu as this very cultured
I'll let you go.
god
for
of
now.
war, but he's
Don't
probably
think
more,
won.
you know, uncultured. If you think about his past, you know, fugitive at a young age,
Father would be very
ran
proud
away,
of you, Ping Ping.
changed his name, joined the army. Like, how cultured can you actually be? Which explains why he treated the scholar class poorly. He treated the troops very nicely, though. And, you know, the peasants. He you know, connected with them, you can say. I'm not trying to say Guan Yu was a bad guy, but just like, you know, you think Zhang Fei as this brute, but really, I think Zhang Fei was probably cultured, and Guan Yu was more Zhang Fei. I still want to use my weapon.
Such great strength. I'm pulling back for now.
I must do what I can to keep up with my brothers.
They're escaping. There's still so much of the battle left, though.
It appears that resistance is futile.
Now Hua's gonna fall. They're just dying to mobs over there. There's 4 generals and just a clump of mobs.
We're almost there. The escape point lies just ahead.
It's gonna be a trap, right? Because technically, Guan Yu tried to make a run for it,
You shall perish here within
and
the
then
shadows of Fan
Ma
Castle.
Zhong's group. Oh my god! Oh my god!
You
Oh, Lu Meng.
cowards! How dare you break our alliance? It seems we have nowhere to run.
Lu Meng
Master
always
Guan Yu,
dreamed of.
I have come to assist you.
No, he
You can
didn't.
escape this way.
Mi Fang did not. Mi Fang surrendered without a fight. Lu Chang. Okay. Pan Zhang. Right. Pan Zhang's
I'll
unit
make it
was the
home
one that
alive if
captured
it's the last thing I
Guan
do.
Yu.
I wish you'd spoken more.
I shall slay you and reclaim Jing Province. Prepare to die. I shall be your opponent.
Wu Xu.
Ready?
I will reduce you to mere ashes when I'm done.
I am proud to have you for a daughter.
Jump Musu. Special Musu?
I shall
We
be
have
your
one?
opponent.
No, I don't think you can use it yet. It's still the same as the regular one.
Oh no! The gates won't open!
Weapon swap.
What is the meaning of it? To come out alone. This ought to be good.
I got one too.
Push forward.
Wait, Dad abandoned us?
Guan Yu, you think you're so
Ma Zhong. He's the one who actually
I
captured
am here
Guan
to
Yu.
take your head.
He's a lieutenant under Pan Zhang.
Take orders from you any longer. The time has come to repay you for treating me so badly.
无视人. Ah, Mi Fang. So they betrayed.
Father, I must do whatever it takes to put
They
a
weren't
stop
that
to them.
devious. They just straight up surrendered. It's not like, oh, Lu Meng, you die. Lu Meng is the one who didn't want the alliance between Liu Bei and Sun Quan. Always dreamed of killing Guan Yu.
Everyone has already been forced to flee.
Ma
Seems
Chao?
as though we arrived too late. It seems Wei used a flood attack against our forces. This will impede our progress as well.
See, the problem was Guan Yu led an assault, right? So all the family of the units were back in the land where, Mi Fang and them surrendered. So morale was really, really bad. And Guan Yu tried to negotiate with Lu Meng, and he sent, envoys over. And what happened was Lu Meng would accept the envoys and let them go visit all their families and see that everyone was treated well. To go back and tell the troops, if we surrender, everyone will be treated fine. So pretty much Guan Yu lost a lot of his men through
I must
desertions.
do what I can to keep up with my
Because it looked
brothers.
hopeless, you lost the land behind you and you still have Cao
You
Cao
fight
in front
very
of
well,
you.
little sister. Perhaps you took after father the most.
Such great strength. I'm pulling back for now.
Head for Hanzhong. Everyone, summon every last
And
bit of
Zhong is
strength you
quite
have.
far.
We must make it through this alive.
You make it sound like it's so easy to go to, Hanzhong here. Did I get a attack speed boost when we swap weapons or something? Because
You sure know how to fight.
Sorry. I must do what I can to keep up with my brothers.
When duty calls, it must be obeyed.
right, he should be here.
Ballista unit, prepare to fire on Guan Yu.
Oh my god. These things are annoying.
Shu Huang, are you so focused on victory that you are willing to fight without honor?
Let me kill these annoying things first.
Father would be very proud of you, Yingping.
Oh my god.
Watch this.
I'm just gonna use the Musu to get closer. my god. Heal. Thank you. Ah, finally.
I'm going to have your
Super.
head.
Face me if you think you are worthy.
There's no
Let's see what this Musu is. Ah, very similar.
An excellent display of skill. We shall fight again.
I must do what I can to keep up with my brothers.
Ooh, everyone drops experience.
You sure know how to fight.
Alright, let's go. There's a general in
You
front
won't
of us.
get away from me, Guan Yu.
Oh, but
I am here to personally ensure your death.
he would not be here. I think we thought Zhang He would be here too. I don't see him so far. While all the Xiaohu second generation kids. Okay, let's murder them. Oh, Sima Yi will not be on the battlefield. He will be back in Ye, advising Cao Cao to negotiate with Sun Quan.
So you would face me in battle,
Oh,
would
Xiaohu?
you? Very well.
You fight very well, little sister. Perhaps you took after father the most.
You believe you can beat me? Your stupidity amuses me.
You sure know how to fight.
Where is there you go.
Watch this.
We must pull back
He's
for now.
gone.
But this is all part of my grand scheme.
Right.
Father would be very proud of you, Yingping.
How could I be beaten in battle?
We're gonna let them go run. I'm gonna go back and kill whoever that general behind is.
This is as far as you go. My blade shall be
Alright,
the last
right.
thing
So
you
that's
see in this
the person
life.
who should be inside the castle.
For the sake of my children, I will find a way out of here. Now, to cut open a path to safety.
Oh yeah.
You're in our way again? Well, if you don't let me pass, then I shall have to force my way through.
Ah, they're killing generals without me. Go, go, go. Ooh.
You fight very well, little sister. Perhaps you took after father the most.
Okay, we pretty much one-shot the entire group.
If it's a fight you want, then you've come to the right place.
Alright. Ooh. That's a cool combo. Well, that's it?
Impressive, god of war. But you are finished. Taking your head will mean far more than Jing province. Father.
Father, leave this to me.
Sorry. my son. I have said my goodbyes.
Yes.
Tell my brother that I am sorry.
Yes.
Father, wait!
Be strong. My daughter. Go, my children.
His face is so tranquil. His soul has been passed on to the next generation. Impressive indeed, God of War.
Alright, so we get ourselves another cutscene death. I mean, it's not like Guanyi's actual death was glorious. His horse got tripwired basically as he tried to flee, and then he got captured by Ma Zhong, we mentioned. He was brought back and they decided to execute him, Lu Meng in particular. So that part is a little bit factual. And we're going to end our episode here. We'll come back next time and see how this proceeds. We're going down the historical path, so prepare to shed some tears. And we'll get more to talk about in terms of history. So until next time, bye!